Welcome to my drone video of the USS Texas, designated BB-35, which is a United States Navy New York-class battleship. Texas was launched in May of 1912 and commissioned in March of 1914. Texas is now a museum ship in the Galveston harbor. Texas served in Mexican waters following the Tampico Incident, but saw no action there. Texas made numerous sorties into the North Sea during World War I without engaging the enemy, though she did fire for the first time when shooting her medium-caliber guns at possible submarines. From September 1927 to September 1931, Texas became the flagship of the United States fleet, one of only 4 ships to be designated U.S. fleet. In World War II, Texas escorted war convoys across the Atlantic and later shelled Vichy French forces in the North African landings and German-held beaches in the Normandy landings. Later, she was transferred to the Pacific Theater in 1944 to provide naval gunfire support during the battles of Jima and Okinawa. She was the only Allied battleship that took part in all 4 of these amphibious landings. Texas was decommissioned in 1948, having earned a total of 5 battle stars for service in World War II. Texas was a technological testbed. She was the first U.S. battleship to mount anti-aircraft guns. She was the first U.S. warship to control gunfire with directors and range keepers. She was the first U.S. battleship to launch an aircraft. She was one of the first U.S. Navy warships to receive production radar. She was the first battleship in the world to be outfitted with 14-inch guns. Texas was the first U.S. battleship to become a permanent museum ship. She was turned over to the state of Texas in April of 1948 as a permanent museum. In 1976, she became the first battleship to be declared a U.S. National Historic Landmark and is the only remaining World War I-era dreadnought battleship. She is also one of the 7 remaining ships to have served in both World Wars. Texas is actually owned by the people of Texas and is officially under the jurisdiction of the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Operation and maintenance of Texas has been handled by the nonprofit organization Battleship Texas Foundation since 2020. At the end of August 2022, she was moved to a dry dock in Galveston to undergo a $60 million repair project. On completion, her new permanent home will be Galveston, Texas. As of March 2024, the repair project is still underway, but as you can see from my drone videos, it is still underway in April of 2025, but she has been moved out of dry dock and is floating in the Galveston harbor. The United States Congress authorized the construction of Texas, the second Navy ship to be named after that state, on 24 June 1910. Bids for Texas were accepted, with the winning bid of $5,830,000, excluding the price of armor and armament, submitted by Newport News Shipbuilding. The keel of Texas was laid down in April of 1911 at Newport News, Virginia. She was launched on 18th May of 1912, sponsored by Miss Claudia Lyon, daughter of Colonel Cecil Lyon, who was a Republican National Committeeman from Texas. The ship was commissioned in March of 1914 with Captain Albert W. Grant in command. The main battery of the battleship Texas consisted of 10 14-inch Mark I guns, which can fire a 1,400-pound armor-piercing shell to a range of 13 miles. Her secondary battery consisted of 21 5-inch guns. She also mounted 4 21-inch torpedo tubes for the Bliss-Levitt Mark 8 torpedo. The torpedo rooms held 12 torpedoes total, plus 12 naval mines. Texas and her sister ship New York were the only battleships to store and hoist their 14-inch armament in cast iron cups, nose down. To me, it is quite impressive to see history preserved in this fashion. She is quite a ship.